Hey everybody, stay tuned until the end of the video where I tell you about a very special giveaway going on at the end of this week. So stay tuned, you're going to win some cool stuff.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hello everybody, Dallin Offhand. Wow, he's way skinnier than I thought he was. Is he okay? Disneyland Smith here, and I figured since you guys loved my traveling to California videos so much, Wait, hold on. Oh, I see. Well, luckily, as a YouTuber, I know how to adapt, and by adapt, I mean go back to what I've been doing since day one. Today, we are going to talk about the secret history of Disneyland. Now, don't worry, the Rolly Crump interview is coming. I'm working on it as we speak, but until then, I want to talk to you guys about some stuff that happened during the construction and planning of Disneyland that you might not be aware. Now, I just got home from California yesterday, and I'm leaving for California again in another 5 days, but as that really strong guy at the gym says, there are no days off. Now, Disneyland is a beast unto its own. There exists no other park quite like it anywhere in the world, except for, all the other Disney parks, but Disneyland is special. Now, what makes Disneyland so special? And I'm glad you asked. It is the fact that they built the entire park with basically no money. Now, when Disneyland was first thought of, it was called Mickey Mouse Park, and it was supposed to be a little park inside the Walt Disney Studios animation courtyard. Eventually, that idea got bigger and bigger into what we know today as Disneyland. Now, Roy over at the studio was not very excited about the idea of a theme park. He thought it would lead to financial ruin, so Walt had to start using his own money to pay for the park. He sold his vacation home and borrowed on his own life insurance. So yeah, it was pretty important to him. But even that wasn't enough money, so Walt turned to ABC to help him lead a program called Disneyland about, you guessed it, Disneyland. And you can see how that deal went because today, Disney owns ABC. After 1 full year of rigorous construction demands and a total investment of $17 million, the gates of Disneyland would be opened for its first guests on Sunday, July 17th, 1955. But not everything happened the way they were planning. They called it Black Sunday, and even though it's not as scary as it sounds, it is still not a great thing to have experienced, I can bet. You see, because Disneyland had been built on so little money and in so little amount of time, the construction wasn't really completed to specifications. They were expecting about 15,000 people on opening day, but because someone was counterfeiting tickets, they got about double that. People were even climbing the fence to get into Disneyland for free. The asphalt on Main Street, which had been laid just hours before, was melting and people were sinking into it like quicksand. Spooky. Drinking fountains were bubbling over, the Mark Twain was covered in water. It was a madhouse for sure. Now I'm just imagining being a cast member that night, looking over the empty park completely ruined, and knowing that you have to clean that all up for tomorrow. But clean it up they did, and they did a really good job apparently, because it took only 7 weeks for the park's attendance to pass 1 million, which was quite the accomplishment back in those days. Now, I know what you all are here for. You're here for the secret history of Disneyland. Most everybody knows the story of the construction, but you guys want the juicy stuff, and I am here to grant that wish. Here's a little bit of a racy one. Up until the year 2001, all Disney costumed characters had to wear a special Disney brand of underwear. Yes, this is true. Because if they wore their own underwear, it would sometimes become bunched up and you'd be able to see it through the costume and it'd be really uncomfortable, but they wouldn't be able to change it during their shift. They eventually just changed the character costumes so it would work with everybody's clothes, so yeah, it worked out pretty fine in the end. Here is another fact. Now, I'm sure most people who go to Disneyland often know about this, but for those who are unaware, Disneyland is home to thousands of feral cats. Now, these cats lived in the city of Anaheim before the castle was built, and then when the castle was built, they all took residence actually inside Sleeping Beauty Castle. When they renovated the inside of the castle, they just decided to allow the cats to run free and catch mice and pests all around the park. So, the cats at Disneyland do their part and keep the park clean for all the guests. Isn't that nice of them? Now, in the spirit of Halloween that's coming up in... Well, let's tell some spooky stories, shall we? Now, it has been known for a long time that people love Disneyland. Even after they are dead, their family members will spread their ashes in different attractions all over the park. This, of course, just leads to them being vacuumed up at the end of the day, but it does not stop them from spreading. But, according to legend, there is a small bottle of human ashes that is in the treasure scene in Pirates of the Caribbean to this day. I've seen a picture. and it looks legit, so just know whenever you're going past that treasure scene, there is someone's remains hidden somewhere in there. I'm not sure exactly where, but I've seen it, and it looks really convincing. Now, in my ghost stories about Disneyland video, we talked about numerous different ghosts who are said to inhabit the park, but we did not talk about one ghost, the woman in white, who apparently haunts Main Street. Now, I personally think this is completely false, but form your own opinions, because apparently a ghost woman dressed in a 19th century gown has been spotted on Main Street after dark. Legend has it that she guides lost children to the Disneyland Baby Care Center, where they can be returned to their parents. Which, I mean, come on, if she haunts Main Street late at night, which I'm assuming is after closing, there are going to be no babies on Main Street. Unless there's another ghost I don't know about. And there is another spooky story about the Haunted Mansion, but I am going to leave that to Mr. Rolly Crump when the video comes out in the future. He talks about how the maintenance staff was so scared to clean the Haunted Mansion they would never come back because the ride activated on its own. Yeah, so we'll hear about that later. Now, you've also heard about Nazis at Disneyland before due to my earlier video about secrets you might not have known about Disneyland, but did you know about communists in Disneyland? Well, I'm going to tell you about that right now. Now, the Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev visited Los Angeles for a single day during his 11-day state visit to the US in 1959. He was essentially the leader of Russia during the Cold War. Now, Khrushchev really wanted to visit Disneyland while he was there, but the police would not allow it because it would be a major security concern within the park. Which is understandable because, I mean, come on, Kim Jong-un's older brother lost the throne to North Korea because he went to Disneyland, so there's that. Khrushchev later issued a speech showing how sad he was that he couldn't go to Disneyland, saying, "But now I was told I could not go to Disneyland. I asked, why not? What is it? Do you have rocket launching pads there? I do not know." Come on, guys. He just wanted to go to Disneyland. Come on. And finally, one last piece of Disneyland history that you might not know will be saved for next week when we're there. Sorry guys, I gotta leave it on a cliffhanger, but I will show you the last piece of Disneyland history that is little known by everybody when I am at the park, so I can actually film it next week. So, until then, stay tuned. Now, I know all of us here love Disneyland, and if you love Disneyland as much as I do, you like the little obscure signs and facts that you can find all around the park. And if you like Disneyland signs or other nerdy, cool things like from games like Destiny or The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, then you would love Ye Olde Proppe Shoppe at etsy.com/Ye Olde Proppe Shoppe or their store at yeoldepropshop.com. It's so cool. They've got so many cool things that are 3D printed just for you. I personally ordered this awesome Main Street entryway plaque that they put above the entrance, right below the train station. Seriously, you guys, go check them out. They're really cool and they're helping the show out. So please go get something from them. Tell them I sent you. It's awesome. Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will enjoy the Rolly Crump interview that I'm going to post eventually as soon as I get the access to the audio and the video. And I'm going to Disneyland, so I'm going to be filming some videos in the park that week. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that because I sure as heck am. Remember to follow me on Twitter for more up-to-date updates on my life, and donate on Patreon to be entered into a very special giveaway only for Patreon donors, full of awesome souvenir goodies that people who enter the normal giveaway will not be given. Oh yeah, speaking of which, welcome to the very special Disneyland giveaway. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed and comment down below what is your favorite attraction at Disneyland and use a hashtag DLRide in your comments so I can see it and I can enter you guys all easily, and everyone will have their fair share to be entered. Now, the prize pack will contain a special lanyard, a couple special pins, and a very special thing just from me, so I hope you guys enjoy that. But like I said, donate on Patreon and you'll actually get access to an even bigger giveaway full of crazier stuff, more expensive souvenir style things. I hope you guys enjoy that a lot. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys all enter, and I wish the best of luck to all of you, and I will see you all in the next video live from Disneyland. Goodbye.